Now let's take a look at the blues scale over a dominant chord progression. Now it's going to be the same chord progression as you know, moving through 4 different keys. Now those keys are going to be D, E, F sharp and A. Alright, so make a note of those, and of course we've given you those diagrams. Now to make it more interesting, the progression that I've put together is going to be an altered dominant chord progression. Now don't get scared by that, it's going to be that nice Jimi Hendrix type chord. So it's going to be a D7 sharp 9, E7 sharp 9, F sharp 7 sharp 9 and A7 sharp 9. They're the keys. Alright, now the progression, I'm going to play that for you just so you get the feel of what that is. It's got 3 chords in the progression. Okay, and it's got a certain feel to it. It's got a really nice swung 16th feel to it. So you've got this really nice opportunity to flow through your notes of the blues scale. So first of all, let me show you the progression and we'll reiterate the keys to you as well as we go through this. I'm just going to turn off my delay here so we haven't got that bouncing around. So we've got a D7 sharp 9. Okay, so here's my first chord. And you guys all know this shape. And then I'm playing G minor 7 to A7 sharp 5. Now you guys might not be familiar with A7 sharp 5, but if this is an A7 chord, all you're doing is raising the 5th to here, and I'm playing it like this. So there's my root, flat 7, major 3rd, sharp 5. Okay, so the progression goes something like this. Now that's a 2-bar progression, so that's going to cycle 4 times, and that would complete 8 bars. Okay, now at the end of that 8 bars, it's going to move into the next key, and the next key is going to be the key of E. So we're going from D into E, into F sharp, and then to just make it a little more interesting, we're going to do a minor 3rd change from the F sharp to the A. It's the same chord progression in 4 keys, all right, 8 bars of each of those things. All right, so there's the roadmap of the chords and the progression, and when you play the track, you'll hear it, all right. If you need to, count the progression and go, all right, I'm bar 7, bar 8, okay, sure enough, there it goes into the different key. A lot of you guys that I've worked with in the past at workshops are struggling with the length of bar lines, you know, so whether it's a 2-bar, 4-bar, 8-bar section. So this is going to really solidify that for you as well, working in 8-bar sections, all right? Now let's take a look on the fretboard at the blues scale in position, and I'm going to play at the 5th position because it's a nice central location. And you're going to see me do a sample solo in position playing through those 4 keys. So let's pull up D. So a D blues scale in position. Here's our root note, or our tonic if you like. So now I'm using the blues scale over this altered dominant chord, and it's really great. The minor 3rd in the blues scale is hitting that sharp 9, all right? So that's a really nice tonality. And of course, we know as blues musicians and musicians in general, you can use the minor pentatonic scale over a dominant chord, so it's going to work. But now we've got that added 9th in there, that sharp 9, we can target that, all right? So that's pretty cool. All right, now, E blues scale in position. Here's my tonic, if you like. Back to my E, reference the chord. Okay, now F sharp is the next key. Here's F sharp blues scale in position. And if you want to reference an F sharp 7 sharp 9, there it is with the 4th string root. Okay, and of course you could play it up here. Now the last one in our key change is going to be A, and we're probably all most familiar with this one. at 5th position. So we've got A blues scale. Okay, and of course you know you can move it, play it here or here. All right, so there's the reference, the roadmap, so your keys, the chord progression, and the corresponding blues scale for each of those. Now, if you can, memorize, get off the paper and into your head what those key changes are. So immediately try and memorize or visualize, okay, D, E, F sharp, A, they're my keys, all right? Now maybe work through playing these patterns in position just as exercises, if you like, over the track when you get the shot at it, just to get familiar with that. And we're going to try and stay in position because that's going to build our knowledge of the scale, and it's going to help, it's going to help us create licks within each of these patterns. Of course, we're playing 4 different ones in position, so it's really, really powerful, okay? So there's the roadmap. Obviously, the ideas here are to solo using these scales over these chord changes, all right? So this is not an exercise, it's actually a soloing workout, all right? So it's improvising. So I'm gonna give you a setup for the solo that I'm gonna do, and then we'll get you working with power play dominant over this altered dominant chord progression.